So to me, gender equity really looks like ensuring there's representation, visibility, and voice to people that have been historically marginalized. So in this instance, women as well as individuals outside that gender binary.
As an Aboriginal woman, gender equity is sort of, I guess, important in some ways, but for me, research is more around Aboriginal community, and community is made up of all diverse genders, I guess.
Gender equity in research, I think, is slightly different in different disciplines. And for example, in the medical sciences, I think one of the most basic gender equity things is that designing experiments involving human participants needs to consider both men and women, and to be very explicit about that in any research proposals, ethics applications, etc.
Historically, so much of the information we know still contains data gaps about women. For example, how women might experience a heart attack differently to men and how they should be treated. So we need to include women participants in all of our research studies.
So when we have researchers with different genders in research, they bring their own perspectives, they bring their own experience, their focus, their connection to the world, their vision, their passion, as well as what they believe in is the right or wrong.
While gender equity in research is important, given the amount of males within an academic setting who are in charge of research, for Aboriginal community and Moondani Balak, it's more around community-led projects.
I don't have any issues, in terms of gender doing my research at VU. And quite often I found I have a freedom to choose what I like to do and collaborate with my colleagues.
For me, on International Women's Day, I think a lot about my Yorta Yorta aunties. There's so many of them, I could just run off a whole list of them.
I'm inspired by a lot of my mentors and my colleagues. They're doing amazing work in the gender equity space. If I had to name someone specifically, I'd say I'm most inspired by Professor Alex Parker, and I believe her leadership style really focuses on inclusion and diversity and giving voice to everyone in the room and giving power to those voices as well.
I'm really inspired by our early career researchers in the Institute for Health and Sport who are working on ways in which we can make sport and sport participation and health and PE at schools to be safe and inclusive for everyone.
I've got a really privileged position here with my role at VU, where I get to hear and see the amazing research being undertaken by our female researchers. So I guess they all inspire me in the way that they're tackling some global problems and addressing real-world solutions to those problems.
My inspiration is Madame Curie. I admire her for her courage, for her passion to research, for her devotion to research, and the impact of her research that saved millions of lives.
And one of my biggest inspirations is Mary Carroll. She is an incredible female researcher. She is dedicated to raising awareness of gender, particularly in my profession, which is librarianship and information studies. She inspires me every day with her commitment towards growth in our industry and just her warm passion for developing other women researchers.
The people that inspire me on this International Women's Day are the young researchers that I have the absolute privilege to work with across my research projects. Many of them are young women and they use she, her pronouns. Many are also identifying as they, them, and including them in our research, for me, and the work that I do just makes it more exciting, more impactful, more innovative and more creative. The curiosity of those minds is incredible.